What's up guys, this video is basically a garage tour for my garage that I've picked up during my 3 or 4 years of playing CSR 2. I have picked up many amazing cars and racked up some great times, and I've got them all to show for you. This video will be tier 1 and tier 2 only. Stay tuned for tier 3, 4 and 5 coming soon, and be sure to subscribe, like, comment. Now let's get on with the video. So we're definitely going to be starting off with the Legends cars, the most OP cars in tier 2, and that is the time at the bottom there for what you want to be getting your cars to. Anyway, the Ferrari 250 GTO, a pure icon of Italian engineering, naturally aspirated V12 and is capable of hitting 174 miles per hour, and stock can hit a 13.1 quarter mile. Not in this game, obviously. CSR2 is way different, and you will see at the end of this run the quarter mile time. But some more facts. There are only 33 Ferrari 250 GTOs left in the world. A 250 GTO from 1962 was sold on auction for $48.4 million, making it the most expensive car auction till date. Now for in-game time, a sub 10 seconds is guaranteed with this car. As you can see, I've hit a 9.251 and I haven't maxed this thing out. Now let's get on to the next car. Arguably just as recognizable as the 250 GTO, the Mercedes 300 SL, known for its gull-wing doors. To pick up this car, you'd need around $3 million, which is definitely a hefty price, but nonetheless a lot less than the 250 GTO. To say that this car's performance in-game is nerfed or not good enough is an understatement at the least. It rocks a 9.1 on the quarter mile, which is definitely not a slouch. Anyway, the last and final Legends car for tier 2 is the Aston Martin DB5. If you don't know this car, then you are living under a rock. This car is possibly one of the most famous old cars of all time. It is a beauty and was used in the James Bond film Goldfinger. Now to pick up this car in real life, you would need in excess of $4.6 million, which, when you understand how influential the car has been after the James Bond series, is definitely a fitting price. The game definitely does a good job at showing the car's beauty, but anyway, back to the in-game stats. This car does a sub 10 once again, and a good one at that. 9.8 is my best time, but I would use this car over the other two simply for its overpoweredness in multiplayer. Now all these cars are fully customizable because of them being Legends cars. Now let's move on to our next batch of cars, the Purple Star tier 2 cars, aka Pink Slips. I have got Shanna's Range Rover, which is a weird one to be in tier 2 and a weird car in general, but it is a cool looking car. I also have Finn's Exige, which is a beautiful car. I like the almost matte finish and the red wheels and red accents and spoiler. And finally, Summer's car. All are not upgraded. Now we are going to be doing the rest of the cars for tier 2, starting off with the BMW M235i. This is a basic car, and it actually is part of a elite customs bunch of cars. And look at the rim customization and the rest of the customization that is now available on this car. It is just a basic normal car and is not a 10 hitter. Now for the biggest car in the game, the Ford F-150 SVT Raptor. I have two of these in the garage and they are the biggest cars in the game. As you can see, they have two rear doors which fold in the opposite direction. Pretty cool. They have the new Elite Customs set of customization, which honestly I don't care about at this point. It can't even reach sub 10 seconds. The only thing this car is useful for is the Ford Performance event, which is not a big one. Anyway, let's move on to the next car. Ford Focus RS, sporty car, amazing. I love this car so much and I'd love to own one day as my daily driver, but It is a car that cannot do a sub 10 seconds, but it is a good looking car at that. Now let's move on to the next car. The Mercedes AMG A45 is one of those hatchbacks that I always find in this game. I have 5 of them. That's right, 5 of them, and I can't seem to get rid of them, and they can't do a sub 10 seconds. Honestly, one of the most annoying crate pulls to get. Now the next car we're going to be talking about is the Alfa Romeo 4C. I love this car. It has a carbon fiber body and is as light as a feather, and I have a bunch of them. They all are relatively quick, and I think they can break the 10-second mark, but I could not get it to 10 seconds or below because I didn't have the money for it at the time. But let me tell you some quick facts about this car. It has a 1.7 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine pushing out 237 brake horsepower. This, along with its light build, makes it capable of running a 4.5 second 0 to 100 time, and is also one of the most beautiful cars according to Jeremy Clarkson, the man that can get pleased by absolutely no one. And he is a fan of this car and has said it many times on the Grand Tour and Top Gear that he loves this car. Up next we have the Volkswagen Scirocco, and next we have the Subaru WRX STI. This car is almost maxed out on my game and it cannot run a sub 10 seconds. I have about 5 of them, but honestly they are cool and a great addition to the garage. At the time of recording this, I opened my final crate and I got this white 6th one, so yeah, it's building up and taking a lot of space. And now I'm just going to do Lotuses as a whole, as there are 3 separate variants of Lotuses in tier 2. There is the standard one, which is the blue one, and the Exige LF1, which is actually a limited edition, and yet I have 3 of these limited edition cars in the garage. And anyway, the blue Lotus, which is the 360 Cup, is my fastest Lotus, and I used it to complete the Tempest 1 license, which is a very old license. But anyway, this car runs a 10.6 on the dyno, and I managed to get a 10.7, which is not too far off. But this car is a fast car and it's one that I would not mind having in the garage. We have the Audi TT RS. I have none of these upgraded and I have 2 of them, but they are cool cars to have in the garage. Next car. Up next we have the Hyundai Arc Performance Veloster, another car that I haven't upgraded, but anyone who can make a Veloster look this good is exceptional and should be awarded a medal for getting rid of that horrible piece of... The Veloster has a new rear wing, new rear exhaust, and a body kit with wide arches, which allows it to look this menacing and this cool. And combine that with the blue paint and the red accents along the arches and the very cool rims, this car is insanely good looking, and I would definitely like to have this in my garage someday. So next we have the Honda Civic Type R, the new generation of it, and even though it is not upgraded, I still have some good facts, some real life facts to lay down for you guys. For starters, it has a 2-liter turbocharged inline 4 engine with a brake horsepower of 306, making it the most powerful car so far, and it has a price of $38,000, which is just under 700,000 Rand, which isn't that much, but to get this car is a bargain. This car is amazing. Look at that engine, and it looks incredible, and it is one of the fastest sedans in the Nürburgring, and it handles just as good. Unfortunately not in this game, because the only thing you do in this game is go straight, but it is a good car. It is actually a 3-star car, along with our next car, the Rocket Bunny MX-5. This car is basically just the Mazda MX-5 but with a wide body kit, and it looks amazing. Look at that engine. It is nothing big or powerful, but the components on the body kit and the rear wing make it something special. Look at that rear wing measuring the width of the car. And while this car might not have the biggest engine, it has the best looking components of a wide body kit in a tier 2 car, and that somehow has an effect on the performance. This car is capable of doing a sub 10 and a 9.2 at that, making it one of the fastest cars in my garage for tier 2, and it is definitely the best looking so far. Now, a short disclaimer, I had a Rocket Bunny Golf GTI, which is supposed to be a sub 9-second car, which I have not upgraded, so yeah. Anyway, the tier 2 car is the Bosch Boxster, and I have two of them, but the one in particular is upgraded to the max. It has every stage 6 upgrade and every fusion part. Now I am going to show the tune since it is a maxed out car and I can do that. So here is the tune for nitro, gears, and here is the run. Quarter mile time. Take a listen, get ready, because this car is fast and it's about to blow your mind. We've been doing sub 10 seconds. Now here is a change of pace. Where did the time go? It's a 8.7. That is the fastest car in tier 2 that I have. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you haven't already, subscribed. Otherwise, take care and I'll see you guys in the next one.